Morning. It's day 8. Left camp at 6:52, which is pretty remarkable, actually, considering the revenge of the chili mac. Enough said. I feel really good. Last night it was chilly outside, but I'll give you a couple pro tips later that help keep me warm. So I slept super good. I was not woken up once by any animals, crawlers, elk, deer, nothing, squirrels, nothing. I slept really good. So I feel fantastic. And I had a really good dinner last night, actually. So it's going to be good. So we're at we started here about 7,700 feet. And I don't know if it'll show up down there. I'll have to get another picture. But that's down the valley there, like I said yesterday. It looks a little smoky down there. It's not up here though. Last couple of days have been like smoke free. It's just fantastic. So I have about a 13 or 14 mile hike today. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down. Then I'm gonna go up a couple thousand feet at least. I think 2,000 to 3,000. It'll take me to Tombstone Lake. And then from around there, I don't know if I probably maybe go up a little bit from there, but not much. I'm going to cruise, I think. It looks like I'm going to cruise really high, which is, I hope so, because I love that. And then I'll drop back into a Minim River, the valley, which I walked through yesterday. So I'm kind of making the loop crossing. And I'm going to camp down there. Because to hike out of that is just like switchbacks, it looks like on the map. That's going to be tomorrow morning's hike. So that's what's going on right now. Good night's sleep, good hike ahead. Feel pretty optimistic that I won't have any major issues and won't like to file myself, hiking 13 miles today in this terrain. I'm really stoked it's going to be popular trail the whole way though. Yeah. Hike on. So, giving my pro tip for keeping warm. Pro tip number 1. I took my frog togs, as I usually try and lay over the top of my frog togs. I try and lay over the feet area, the bottom half of me. So I put those over the top of my quilt. Problem is they always, come off. They fall over or they slide overnight. And I don't need to wear them myself because I have so many layers on my upper body. So what I did is I actually zipped up the frog togs and I stuck the sleeping bag inside of it. Kind of like a hot dog in a bun. and it worked really good. It never came undone. Oh, and the arms, I tucked the arms underneath my pad. So that helped too. So when I got up, it was still fully encased. The hot dog was in the bun, and it worked. My feet were actually warm this morning, which has, even when it's been quote warm out, my feet have never been warm. They've always been pretty chilly or slightly numb kind of thing. So there you go. Pro tip number 1. Well, I took a little break here. Got myself some coffee. I was feeling a little sluggish. So I thought, that's kind of weird. So let's get some caffeine in me. So that's what I did. And I found a little stream here. You can even see that thing. But there was actually enough water there. I actually had to move a little rock so I could get my Sawyer, the bottle just with enough angle that the water filled up in just like a minute. It was great. So it's pretty chipper in the valley right here, but the air is actually pretty warm this morning. So I think I'm going to take the tights off, or whatever you call them, the leggings. And then I'll get going here in just a couple of minutes. It's been a really nice morning. Really good, really good. So I just finished my little coffee break. Walking on the trail, got my leggings off, so that's really nice. It's a lot easier, it feels easier to walk. And sure enough, already got some just killer views here. See, there's water, there's even water down there. I'm gonna go down this valley. I think all the way down it. And my guess I'm gonna hike around it when I go up. So So I had that, oh, I don't know if I told you, but I felt something in my back. It was, I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what is that thing? And like on my lower back, there's something in the pack that was like poking me a little bit. Like what is that? It was like, and I was feeling, it was like this round, like this threaded thing. And I'm like, oh crap, it's all the cord from my tarp. Somehow I shoved that in the bag. That got, that got right in my back. So when I took my leggings, I shoved my leggings, a bunch of it, right on, right in front of it. Or so it's between me and my back. So it feels really good right now. That kind of thing, it doesn't bother you at first, but if you don't take care of it, that's the kind of thing that can, mess you up. It's just like this repetitive, for hours, and pretty soon it's like you get a bruise or something like that. The other thing in my left, kind of, I don't know what it is, but it's not my big toe. It's the pad just behind the big toe, that kind of thing. And that area was kind of bugging me. It's kind of hurting a little bit, like it was tender or bruised or something. I'm like, And I remember I didn't roll my feet out last night. I have this little cork ball, and I roll out my feet every night when I get back. Hey, by the way, I better do this. Yeah, pretty good. So I roll my feet out every night, and I forgot to do that last night for some weird reason. I had plenty of time. And so I massage out for a little bit, sitting down, and everything's fine. So it's amazing. There was a little bit of clicking, when I was doing the massage. So I must have reset some things. But whatever it is, though, it's feeling really good. Caffeine's taking effect. I'm waking back up. And all set. Hike on. Well, somehow I got off the trail in this meadow thing here. But it's really not that bad, is it? At least it's not right this moment, but yeah. I guess you could kind of say this is the fall colors, but I don't want to say the word fall. It's more like dried out summer color. Whew. Wow. Spectacular. Well, looks like I'm going to be hiking along this stream for a while. That might be the stream where I got my water from. It's a little further down. Keeps picking up speed. It's going to go all the way down. I'm going to cross it and leave it at some point. So that's what you do if you go all the way down to the campground or the trailhead. But the good news is I'm pretty sure that I do not go all the way down and then around this thing and then all the way back up. I'm gonna go down here somewhere. And then what made me think about that, double check the map, is you probably can't see this, but I swear that I can, let me see, well, it goes way up there. You can see some switchbacks there, so I think I'm going to be doing those switchbacks, and hopefully soon, and I'll get that done and over with. Man, that's going to be hot though, and in the sun. Usually, it's really hard to get the depth perception of what's going on in these trails, but it helps if there's switchbacks. I don't know if you can see this, but like right below me, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 like trails below me. And if you look over here, I think that's where I'm supposed to be pointed, you'll see some more. And then it looks like way in the distance, the trail's over there. So I'm going down like basically a granite cliff right here, kind of. Not a cliff, but really steep. And I did see one dynamite hole. So they definitely had to do some trail work to get this thing going. Pretty amazing. And I'm still coming down this thing. Somehow, these guys cut a trail here. And I'll tell you, of all the downhill trails or uphill trails, you can see the switchbacks there. This has got to be one of the best trails I think I've ever hiked on. I mean, it's not flat. Obviously, we're going down, but it's not killing. Now, I did adjust my trekking poles so they're higher to absorb some of the shock on my knees. I wasn't using my trekking poles at first because they kind of get in the way sometimes. But super impressive, this trail. Well, I'm getting close to where the trail is gonna split here. And I think the reason why, at least my suspicion, the reason this trail is so good is because the community below relies and uses, or at least they did, the water from the Echo Lake and Traverse Lake. In fact, there's even, I saw it, and the couple I was talking to said you can see where they actually blew out some of the rock on the outlet of Traverse Lake, and there's actually a pipe there. I said where they can there's a big valve with like a giant wrench that you can open and close that thing, so they can control the water a little bit. I don't know if they still do that or not, but you know, they had to maintain that, and somebody had to go up here and open and close it and all that. So I figure, you know, that's probably some of the reason why it's so nice. It was important for them to be able to take horses up here and all that kind of stuff. The other thing I was thinking about was, it's like, you know, they got this giant wrench up there. They said it was this huge wrench they used to open and close that thing. And first I thought, well, are they going to hide it? They need to tie it down or something? And then I'm thinking, like, who's going to steal a giant wrench? And then were they going to pack it out? You going to carry a big iron piece of it? You get a giant iron thing down this trail? Or what? Okay, no reason to. So I'm thinking, you know what? There's a lesson in this. You can just leave something out if nobody wants to steal it, or if they wanted to steal it, there's no way they can get away with it. So you just leave this giant wrench laying out there. Nobody's going to mess with it. Perhaps there's a lesson there. I'll let you figure that one out. All right, I'm almost to the cutoff here. I'm going to do a change of clothes and get ready for the sun-baked, I don't know, a couple thousand feet of ascent. It's going to be tough. That's part of the fun. All right, so I changed out. Got my cool sun hoodie on and sunglasses. So this is the intersection of the trail. It's just exactly where the GPS said it was supposed to be. Just love that. And there's a couple here. They just took off a few minutes ago. They've been here before. They're heading to Tombstone Lake also. They're going to camp there. And they've been here a bunch of times. They're from Corvallis. It's pretty neat. They have like super heavy looking packs. I mean, just traditional packs, you know, it's everything. Big boots. So, I mean, we're both in for some pain here, but they're in for a lot worse than I am. So yeah, it's between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. There's water all along the way, so that's cool. And once you get to the top, they said it's really awesome. So I'm gonna be in the shade here for a little bit, but pretty soon it's gonna be just baking hot sun. So, whew, I keep saying it's part of the fun. Gotta be a reason. So, you know, I'm moving up the other side of this, but you can kind of see the trail if you look close and going through all those rocks. Man, it is amazing. Still going up. I think I've climbed 1,000 so far. And I just noticed, well, you can see where I came from. There's that stream, a little bit of the waterfall. But if you look at the forest right beside me here, these are these have been burnt. So this is a part of a burn area right here. I'm walking through. Yeah, this whole area, this chute I'm going up here, this whole area is a burn. You can really see it now. And then on up, and actually all around me, it's all burned. It goes way up to the top up there too, it looks like. It burned. Ooh, man. It looks like I'm almost at the top, doesn't it? Yeah, right. So I'm still not up there. Of course, I just happened to catch it. There's yet another ridge I gotta go up, but I'm getting kind of delirious now, which is a perfect time to talk about butt health. Yeah, you heard me right, butt health. Now, it may come as a surprise to you, but especially people who are on long hikes. This is a very common topic of conversation. Really, butt health and poop is very common. In fact, one guy on YouTube I was watching, I'm just like, dude, stop it. You know, I'm not on the hike with you. I don't need to know. But I'm pretty delirious right now. Words are flowing, so I'm going to give my shot out of here. So I was put into a particular situation, and Joseph and I resupplied. I needed some more wipes, and they did not have any. I had some left, but not enough for my usual allotment of 3 mini wipes per day, which for me is fine. So let's go way back to the 70s, all right? I would say if you took a poll, honest poll, of all backpackers, I would say 80% are using toilet paper. Guys, that is so 80s. Okay, you need to step forward and go up to wipes. Okay, you don't have to carry a weird roll. You don't have to feel like a thief when you steal some toilet paper from a bathroom. And and when you're ready to pack, you don't have to throw away half of your roll or stick it weirdly in your bathroom. It's just, or worst case, it gets a little damp and you just have a big ball of nothing. So toilet paper sucks, okay? You need to move up to wipes. Wipes are fantastic. They're not heavy. They're heavier though. And you get the mini wipes. And it takes maybe, I don't know, a couple of days. You'll figure it out and do the math. You'll know how many you need. The good thing about those is that they do the job very thoroughly. You are butt clean when you're done. Really clean. Not only are those wipes nice and damp, but they must have some kind of either alcohol antiseptic or something like that in them, because they do the job really, really good. All right. So that works, I would say, of most people that do like longer distance hiking. I would say probably 90% are in the wipe category. Now, in my situation, 2 things. One, I'm always looking for a lighter pack. Always looking for a lighter pack. And I run into this situation where when I'm hiking over a bunch of miles, you naturally sweat. A lot of salt, sweat. So when you're sweating in your back, where do you think it runs? Where do you think it goes? It goes down your butt. Yeah, chafing, really uncomfortable. So what do? You take out a wipe. But that could put you over your limit and you are in dangerous categories. So that in conjunction with, I'm unable to resupply. I used what I purchased in my ever crazy quest to reduce my pack weight, which is about 25 pounds right now. I got hope I can say this right, bidet. You buy this bidet online. There's a Kickstarter company based in Europe. Surprise. It was like, I don't know, $9 for this thing. You actually screw it on a water bottle. Yes, that is correct, a water bottle, which does have some ramifications. You screw that thing on, and you squeeze your bottle, and you get a high intensity direct squirt. Yeah. So what do? Well, the question thinking people will always ask, well, so, okay, you do that, but then what comes next? Well, I couldn't figure that out because nobody talks about it. So I'm going to talk about it. Hey guys, just use your hand. All right? Gets everything clean. A lot of water movement. You can see if you got everything you need to get, and it works great. And if you have to do a little maintenance later on down the trail, it's super easy to do, and you get rid of any extra salt while you're doing that. So then comes the question of, what do you do with your hands? What do you do with your bottle? Well, I don't carry an extra bottle. Too much space. So I make sure, best I can, that the water's going one direction, not back. All right? Number two, I clean off my hands as best I can with the water bottle. Directed squirt really helps. And then you need some soap. You get the Dr. Bronze, whatever, biodegradable soap, and you lather up just a little bit, tiny bit, and believe me, you're good to go. The other question is, you're gonna say, well, yeah, but you're all like soaking wet down there, what do you do? Well, it's water, right? It better be water, or you didn't finish the job. So just put your pants on and call it all good. Might sound really weird, but it works really well. And every time you feel a little dampness till it dries, that's the feeling of clean. So that's a little bit about gut health, where I'm at in this interesting journey of longer distance hiking. I'll put the URL so you can buy your own bidet. Not the one I've seen before. This one is super good, super inexpensive. So, by the way, you probably want to have two of them because it'd be easy to lose, and you don't want to do that. All right, thanks for listening. So I just finished the first kind of descent, and as I was kind of thinking, it's not going to be over, right? There's going to be some ups and downs here, so I still got to somehow get over this right here. It's a bummer I'm in a burn area. It would be really beautiful here, but man, that burn just ravaged this whole area right here. Really bad. But it's really sad when you think about it, but man, there's a lot of rebirth and a lot of renewal after a burn. And it's really neat to see regeneration at work. Although it's not fun to walk through during the process, which I think there might be a lesson there. Just getting up to a meadow here. I don't think the lake is here. I think I need to go up or somewhere, but there is a sweeping beauty to this. Even though there's a lot of burnt, there's still a lot of green. And you can see there's a whole other bowl. Somehow, I'm gonna hike out of this thing. I'm not sure where. Somebody's been kind enough to put some trail markers. See a little stack of rocks, very traditional. Been like that forever. See, there's another one right up here as well, and there's some behind me too. So I'm in the bowl of the meadow here. This is looking back down. Coming around a little stream. There's no water in the stream. If I was desperate, I needed water. Not quite there yet. I could get some out. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at these little guys. Right on the trail here. Really pretty. Well, I guess what I saw before was just a little foreshadow, because look at this. They're everywhere. All over. Right in front of me. Everywhere. Wow. Oh, here's a shot down the valley. Civilization's down there somewhere. You see there is some smoke. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better also, but. There's the old, where we came from, and coming up to the new. I think this is actually the pass. I don't feel like hooping and hollering. Whoa, that looks good though. Woo! Oh yeah! Yoo! Nice! Woo! Oh man, that is beautiful. Oh, that's Tombstone Lake down there. Oh, so nice. It's gonna be a hard hike down there. Wow, look at that. Look at the sheer. Oh, hey, little guy. Little squirrel right there. Look at that. Nice. All right, was that worth it? Yes, definitely. Super cool. Woo! I forgot to mention, according to my watch, I'm about 8,200 feet, and I think it was 82 or 86. I forget what the map said, but whatever I started with today, which I don't remember, and the low point down here, it was definitely a pretty good hike up. So I think I have like 1,000. Whoop, that's where I'm looking at. Down at the lake, I think I have like at least 1,000-foot drop. So, and I don't have any significant uphill for the rest of the day. So I'm really stoked about that. All right, so I just checked the map, and trees. Hold on. All right, check this out. Okay, there's Tombstone Lake. Tomorrow, I descend down this valley, all the way down into pretty much like right down there. That is the Minen River Valley that I hiked down yesterday, day before yesterday. And remember those big, dark, kind of blackish mountaintops? Check it out. Right there's like one of them. Right there's the other one. So we're looking at the other side of it right now. Pretty cool. Now, that might seem pretty cool, but once I hike down into the valley down there, somehow, because that's where I'm going to camp tomorrow down there somewhere. I'd probably go out, hike down there. But then I have to descend out over the top of that somehow tomorrow. I'm not sure about that yet. I don't really want to know the details yet. It's kind of cool how things kind of pick up, or how you can see things, how it all fits together once you circle around for a while. Right, so I'm slowly coming around here, but I just noticed, we couldn't see this from the top. There's a cool little lake down there. Look at that, look how clear that thing is. Even from here, you can see rocks at the bottom of it. Well, I'm at the lake. It's just after 12, so this is a good time to stop and have some lunch. I may attempt to have a little bit of the tuna pack, but for sure some tasty corn chips. Really want to have those. Oh man. Oh yeah, look at this. If you look close, you may be able to see. You may be able to see the trail. It goes right. It goes. Well, I don't know. If you can see it, you can see it. But it's there. So I made it, as you know, up to the lake. So I'm gonna have some lunch now. Since about 12:15, it's actually like perfect. And I'm really tired. I'm trying to okay, how can I describe how I feel? I feel like I felt yesterday before I started to make the final bowl ascent, which means I had a long ways to go still, but I was tired when I started that last ascent. Yeah, so I'm really tired. I'm not sure how many miles I've done. I'll check that right now and see how many I've left to do. but I think I just have a handful of miles left today, which will be really good. So I'm gonna have some lunch. I'm gonna hydrate like crazy. I'm gonna have some scoops. Gonna have a bunch of nuts. I don't know, maybe a bar. I don't know. We'll take it as it comes. Not everything appeals to me. A lot of things are actually pretty revolting. I've never had this hunger thing happen before, so it's really hard to explain. So I just did a little analysis on things right now, and the pass is about 8,200, and the lake's around 74. So it came down about 800 feet. That didn't take very long, but yeah, I could feel it in my knees. So I use my trekking poles quite a bit going downhill like that. Unless it's rocky, if it's super rocky, then I actually lift up my trekking poles because I tend to put a lot of weight on them, use them for balance, and I get in these really weird situations. It's like it's harder for me to figure out where to place not only my feet, but also the trekking poles. And I get out of balance. The moment I kind of pick the poles up or tip them, so they're like behind me, like ski poles or like exhaust pipes, I'm totally more relaxed going down the rocks. It's true. I can't explain it, but I think that's kind of what's a mental thing. Anyway, so I just checked the map, and I have about 6 miles left to go. It's pretty much all downhill. It's about 2,000 feet though, so it should be but it looks like it's not going to be a gnarly trail. So, but that's a significant downhill, and that'll put me at like 5,500 or something like that. And that's at Minim Creek, and that's where I'll camp tonight. So it should be pretty leisurely, well, except for the downhill, brutalness. But I'm really thankful I don't have to do what I did yesterday. Yeah, for sure. So I have these things. These are not just Fritos. These are Fritos scoops. These are better. I tell you, the guy who invented these things was a genius. Not only is it healthful, it's got calories, it's got fat, and it's full of salt. I don't know. And it tastes really good. Genius. Einstein? Moron compared to the guy who did this. Love it. Oh. So good. All right, I just had this nice nap. Woke up tighter than when I went to sleep. So my body is definitely hurting. I don't know if I need better nutrition or what the deal is. So, but I feel fine. I'm just a little tired. I gotta get going again, I think. So it's 1:55, so just about 2 o'clock. And I have like 6 miles to go. Worst case scenario, I think about 2 miles an hour, which means 3 hours. So I should be at camp by 5 o'clock. Unless there's some really nasty stuff happen, which is perfect because I'll set up, make dinner, and chill out. On with the hike. So during lunchtime, or I should say, well, I wasn't eating, but you know what I'm talking about. Did some foot maintenance, shoe and foot maintenance. My feet were totally wet yesterday, so I wanted to just do it again, is get the shoes out there. So I took the insoles out of the shoes and put those in some sun, both of them. So that was really good. I took off my socks, which is good. They smelled a little funky. So the best thing I know to get rid of funk on the trail is sunlight. Get those UVs. So I did that for both of them for a few minutes and did the trick, shook them out. Ooh, nice plume of dust, disappeared. So that was a good sign too. And then my feet were a little funky also. So I was not happy about that. So gave them a good sun bath as well. Got some UV rays on them as well. So I think everything's okay there. No cuts or bruises or anything like that. I need to file my toenails though. I haven't done that the last couple days. So that's something I need to do tonight. But other than that, the feet and the shoes are in a really, really good condition, which is one of the primary things that you got to watch out for on the trail. So that's all good. Okay, I just coming from the trail. I was just hiking up, ascending just for a little bit, and now the trail is going to start to take a big descent. And so that's the top of the mountain. And I don't know if you can see the bottom. I can't see the very bottom, but I can see really far away at the side of the canyon. And so this is going to be the significant drop today. And when the drop is done, then so is the hike. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hiking down till I get to the meadow, and then I'll find a warm campsite in the meadow best I can and call it good for the day. So I'm starting to see a little bit better now down the canyon. And I don't know if you can see this. Let me try and zoom in. But you can see a trail. You can kind of see a trail right there. Now, I don't know if I'm camping directly below here, whether I have to hike on the trail a little bit, but it's definitely a trail down there. Man, that is a long way down there. Whew. Glad I have trekking poles, man. I'm gonna have some ibuprofen tonight for sure, my knees. All right, so clearly you guys know by now, I like to kind of guess where I think we're gonna go. So what I think is actually gonna happen now that I did not check the map, so I could be wrong again on this, is that I'm gonna go down this valley right here. I'm gonna hit some other river, because that can't be the Minim River, because the headwaters of the Minim River is the Minim Lake where I camped at. And it's not, it's not up that valley right there. It's not where it's at. It's down the other valley that I have to go down to. So I'm gonna go down to the valley floor, something like that. I guess cross it, is my guess. And I'll be on that trail, which you can clearly see now as I look. And then I'll go down that probably for a couple miles. Because plus, there's no way, it's not 6 miles until, until I hit that. It would be nice, but it's not. Well, now I'm walking in the forest, and there's a stream to my left. I can't see it, but I can hear it. It's not hot like it was up there. It's not cold. It's just really comfortable. It's like the optimal temperature for hiking right now. Yeah, it's super nice. I don't think I've had it quite like this trip, where temperature's right, sun's right. I mean, everything is really good. And it's not all packed, crowded with stuff I can see in front of me. I don't have to keep yelling, "Hey bear," stuff like that. Really beautiful. Well, that's the trail, and I just dropped in here. I think I'm at the bottom of the meadow where I'm at. I'm in this big bowl here, and it's just really nice. The sun, too bad the sun's not in optimal position here, because it's kind of hazy looking. But I mean, my head hurts, okay? I'm like pointing like way up in the air right there, guys. Okay, that's a big mountain right there. So, but I'm not up there. I'm down here. Feels good. So I just noticed this on the trail. I don't know what that is. What kind of footprint is that? Dog? I don't know. I thought I'd show you. That was kind of interesting. I just crossed this little stream right here. Freshwater stream, and then which I always do, I was kind of looking inside because it looks kind of skanky a little bit. But then I noticed, Craig, there's like trout swimming. I mean, you can't probably see us in the phone, but there's a little trout right there. There are a bunch of them here. Super cool, man. So I don't know where this is actually heading, but what that means though is the river is gonna be full of fish. All right, so I'm coming to a trail junction. It's going up the canyon, so there must be a way out of the canyon, or it will go up there and turn around. But this is where I'm gonna go, at Tombstone Lake, Minim River Trail, Burger Pass. Wow, have to check that on the map for next time. Burger Pass. All right, so we're going down this trail right here. This should be a really, really nice hike. So this is a heavily used trail. Now, it's not as dusty right here, but this, as you can tell, by just the fineness of the dust, all the different footprints. And I'm pretty sure elk have used this, because there's some pumpkin uncloven foot type prints, which I think are elk. So they're pretty big. So my guess is that either people come up this for hunting, or there's a trailhead on the other side of Burger Pass, and that's what people do to kind of hike in here. So, but like right now it looks really good, but man, it was like crazy dusty before, which is not a whole lot of fun. It's kind of like walking in sand a little bit. But this is really nice. I can make really good time on this kind of trail. It's really beautiful. I should break out into that side, kind of in the sunlight, walking in the middle of vegetation. That's gonna be great. Yeah, I just kicked up a herd of elk. I know there's at least like 6 of them. I mean, they're gone now, but I heard some crashing as I made the turn. And I definitely, you know, they're elk, they're not deer, you can tell. That's pretty cool. So they're around. You guys see the trail? Yeah, either do I. There's a giant set of tree falls and everything, and then that was it. There's just, you can tell people are walking all over the place. The trail's supposed to be down there, like on the other side of the river now. So somehow I gotta make it through this. Not a lot of fun right now, especially in shorts. Well, I did the right thing. Instead of trying to meet the trail on the other side, it was just getting really gnarly. I just went back and I started to see it looked like I missed a switchback is what happened. And there's a trail I came from right there, and this big old down tree was across it. So my assumption is like right here, the trail just keeps going this way. Plus, you can tell people have actually, you know, done this. So what I missed was this stuff right here. Right here's the trail. I missed it. So now I'm back on the trail and everything's good. I did a bunch of whoops though. So that turned out okay. So it's gorgeous. I know I'm supposed to cross the stream. The GPS in this canyon is it's a little off, and it's you can tell it's having a hard time trying to find exactly where I'm at. But I mean, look at this nice little sandy beach right there. Pretty nice, huh? So I got to cross this, and then of course find out where the trail is on the other side. That's always fun. And then I checked the campsite. It's just about 2 miles down, so I'm getting really close. Whoop whoop! Hey, man. Reminds me of yesterday, except that there's actually footprints today. Woo! Whoop whoop! Wow. More of these white flowers today. And nice for the sun kind of hit some of them. Looks really nice. All right, so I'm gonna be a little lost here. This kind of canopy kind of creeps me out a little bit. I mean, I'm ready for some open area. I passed a few meadows, but I have not been in a wide open area in quite a while. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of whoop whoop, that's for sure. Have less than a mile to go. Feeling strong. Feeling my knees a little bit. Not much. Look at that, right on the trail. Woo. I've never seen a horseshoe actually on the trail before. There was one in camp last night, an old one. But that is like legit, man. Wow, that thing is twisted up. I wonder if that hurts the horse really bad. Or if it's afterward without the shoe that they hurt. God, there's a bunch of feathers right here. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, yeah. Just to make sure. Yeah, the journey continues. Well, I wonder if the trail maintenance inspectors only go up a few miles from the main trail splits. They've definitely done a lot of cutting right here. I suspect these are all going across the trail. Some kind of blowdown. I wish they did this higher up. And especially on like the trail I had what, yesterday? Yeah, that'd be a lot nicer. Well, I'm getting pretty close to the trail junction. Should be coming up fairly soon. Well, I'm getting close to something. I just saw to my right, like two big dome tents. Looked like they had a fence around them or something. Couldn't really tell, but so there's clearly people around here. My guess is they're hunters of some kind. Nobody would carry those, and they'd have to be on pack animals. So I'm really close. I just checked the map because it's really nice flat area here, and this is actually where I marked for my campsite. But the actual trail junction is on the other side of a stream right here. So I want to at least physically see the trail junction, and then I know without a doubt I'm where I believe I am, and I know that I have a trail to go on tomorrow. So I'll sleep a lot better knowing that. But that should be right up here. Oh, there's a footbridge too. Nice. So sometimes these are pretty. Sorry about the shaking camera here. I'm really tired right now. Yeah. Check this out. This is not just for hikers. Ooh wee. I think this is Minim River. I don't know. Oh, it's going down. I thought it'd be going the other way. Wow, I'm gonna have some interesting map times. Oh, there's that breeze you see blowing in the trees. You can see that. It is really warm. I mean, it's gotta be like a 70-degree for sure breeze. Really nice. Dang. I'll have to check and see if there's trout in the stream. All right, just a little bit further and I'll get to the trail junction. So that's the trail up above, coming down the river. Although I guess the river is going down, so I'm kind of confused by it all. That's my trail right there. Don't forget that. I mean today's trail. And tomorrow, I believe I'm going to take that one, which is going to go straight up here. In fact, I'm going to look straight right there, but it's going to turn and go up in like minutes. So there's the official sign. Yeah, you can read that about as well as I can. Must be a ranger around. There's some poles. Maybe those are poles they found. That's probably a bag, just a bunch of crap people left. A ranger picked up or somebody did. So take your stuff out, huh? All right, so I'm going to go back down the trail. And I'm going to find myself a nice, easy campsite and relax. So I found myself a campsite. The trail is just on the other side of the log right there between me and that tree right in the middle. And it's been used before. Obviously, there's no campfires allowed now. But there looks like I should be able to find some place here where I can put my tarp. I find that I actually like a pretty good slope going down. So it might take me a while, but I'll find one. Not sure where it's gonna go yet though. Really nice spot though. The air is really warm. I'm really stoked about that. Feels good right now. And I just came from washing up down right underneath the footbridge. Got my feet all cleaned up and everything in my legs, so that's really good. So now we have the nightly tarp review. Pretty nice. I set it up really tall. I tilted the pole for easy access in here. As you go around, I stretched it out to give me more room inside. The back pole is exactly the same height this time. And the ground was really soft, so I used a rock to hold that too. And kind of the same thing, pull the sides out on the bottom. You know, it's not perfect. I could like pull that out and get rid of that, but you know what? When I do that, everything else starts to change too. So I don't want to mess with it. So I don't know about you, man, but oh, I gotta put my bag in there. That's looking good for a really nice sleep, which is what I'm planning for. It's still super warm and I'm stoked. Well, the water's about to boil. I'm gonna have some creamy macaroni and cheese, which I'm actually really looking forward to. And I'm not, again, super hungry, but I thought I'd try this Luna bar since I don't eat a lot of Luna bars. And it's called peanut butter with fudge. And man, okay, I'm saying that's a winner. I love it right now. So that's gonna be my dinner for tonight. I've had enough corn chips and other things. So corn chips and the nuts for today. So it's still super warm. I'm feeling really great and there's no wind. It's gonna be a fantastic night. All right, so this is the nighttime video right here. My mac and cheese here is just, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I can't tell if you can see that. It's so tasty right there. It's super hot. I can't hardly eat this stuff, so I need to take a break. But it's actually really, really good. So I got the stats for, for today. I went about 11 miles today. Or was it 13? I don't even remember. 11 or actually, I think it was 13 today. And we started with that big old uphill. Or actually the big old downhill, then the big uphill, and then the cruise down. What's interesting is, you know, my solar charging and everything. There's my battery there. I don't know. But anyways, the battery, it's down 1 bar in the strength. And I think it's probably because I was not in the sun the full day today. Whereas every other day I've been pretty much in the sun the full time. So that was kind of interesting from that perspective. I feel really good. I was super tired when I got here, which is very typical. Got cleaned up and found a campsite and all that kind of stuff. Took me longer than it should, but that's kind of how it goes. So my personal stats for the day. Let's take a look and see what I have here. We're about 5,000 feet right now. I have 26,000 steps today. That's good. And right now I'm only, at 2,787 calories. So I might not hit 3,500. I don't get that, man. I don't know. But anyway, that's what it says. All right. So that's my personal stats. So tomorrow's day, I checked it out. And you know the trail, when I hiked up to that trailhead, I'm going to go right. But I just go right for maybe 100 yards. And then there's a left. And that left just goes just shoots up out of this gorge right here. And and from what I can tell, I keep going up for about 6 miles. Okay, but it's not all super intense, you know, like you might think. It breaks up. But I go from 5,000, which is where I'm at right now, to 8,400. So that's like 3,400 feet. I don't know if I've ever done that before. So I got that on my mind, but I'm going to do it though. Well, I'll probably take my time. Well, I will. And then from the 8,400, which it kind of flattens out. There should be some really cool flat area up there. I'm kind of hoping it's like that, which I didn't really get today. And then I drop to 7,000 feet. So in 3 miles. So it's only like a 1,400 foot drop once I'm at the peak. Or the top area. So it's only a total of 9 miles. So I should be able to do the 9 miles. But that, I checked the water too. The first part's going to be the longer water carry, and it's only 3.5 miles. And then I actually hit a stream, I can see. So I don't have to carry a bunch of water, which is, oh God, I'm so thankful. 2.2 pounds per liter. It's nothing. It's something I'm not really excited about. So that's the stats for today, kind of personally, and how the hike went and all that. You guys saw all the video. I took a lot of video again. I still have plenty of room on my phone, so I'm going to keep doing it. And the battery situation is remarkably well. I'm so stoked. I just was at a battery that was half the size, and that would probably drop the weight quite a bit because the battery is actually really heavy. Other than that, though, I'm really happy with the whole power situation. So tomorrow is really the last day of hiking. So tomorrow will be like my last dinner. And then I only have a 3-mile hike out to the car. And I mean, I could possibly make it, but I don't want to because I don't want to park in in the camp. Actually, it's about 4 miles, I think, something. Anyways, I don't want to camp in the campground, and it's a long drive home, and I'll probably get home like midnight, and that's clearly not going to be safe. So I'll get in the car nice and early, and then I'll drive to Enterprise, probably have some breakfast and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's what's happening. Miss you guys. Miss the family significantly. Wish you were here. It'd be a totally different kind of hike, but some really neat things are happening, like personally for me, and some of that I've talked about, some of it I have not talked about. So that's actually really good. I'm getting answers to the reasons like why I hiked here, and so that's really good. So it's totally worth it, and it's good, and I love the challenge, and it's really nice to get up to the top and look over the other side. So that's just, I don't know, that's just a super big deal for me. Maybe it's like payoff for all that hard work. I don't know. All right, so that's it for tonight. It's super warm, right? It's 6:45, and I'm feeling really good. So I should have a nice, not cold night tonight, which would be really nice. Hike on. The journey continues.